Bless me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been days since my last SCART RGB connection.
New day, new experiences, and in this video we're going to try Composite with my Sony PVM. Connected with the RGBS, RGB with sync to my Sony PVM. With my RGB card connected to a SCART2 BNC breakout cable to check out what kind of monstrous results we are actually about to deal with. So I needed to use a RCA female to BNC male adapter here. So this is plugged into the yellow cable. It has kind of a twisty lock mechanism that attaches to the PVM. So this is the final setup. This will replace the amazing universal cable by retro gaming cables that I'm using regularly, which is currently connected to my Super Famicom. And this will be connected either to line A or line B video in. And the other one, because it's a mono PVM, I can only have one connector in, which I will connect the white cable. So here I'm putting it in line B, video in and audio in. Of course, if you want higher quality audio, connect the white and red to external speakers. I mean, or a receiver, again, depends if it's active or not. Of course, the back of the cable goes to the multi-out connector, in this case the Super Famicom 1chip02, instead of the universal SCART cable, RGB SCART cable. Now, from what I read, if you connect it to A, you need to choose between either line or RGB. But I connected it to B, so in my case I need to press B slash component and make sure that external sync, the fifth button is off. So otherwise I'm going to get no sync and I won't get it to work. Now I wouldn't say that I'm actually was shocked, because if you look, you can see all the different artifacts. Now the cool thing is you can clearly see, especially on a sharp display, what this type of cable does and how it actually even create new colors. You notice dot crow, kind of moving checkerboard patterns along edges, and also rainbow bending. It's very clearly here, kind of shimmering colors on white text or detailed patterns. Color bleeding, with color smearing to neighbor pixels, which is pretty extreme here, and blurriness. Lots of shimmering and jitter, you can see it clearly here, which leads to unstable image on fine details. And if you ignore the moire because of the recording, again, there's some video noise that is a kind of grainy and dirty looking texture. There's no doubt there are washout colors, less vibrancy compared to RGB by far. Although it wasn't actually that bad. I actually expected worse, to be honest with you. Look at all this mess here. Let me zoom in for you. What a complete mess. There's also lots of ghosting. You can see more of this in a moment. So it looks like so unstable, like it's gonna explode. Take a look at this middle section. I'm soon going to show you a comparison so you can see side by side. But look at that, so noisy. Even it's just standing still, it's just flickering. Some purple colors that I never seen in this game before. Kind of blue purple colors, pretty crazy stuff. Again, if you look much closer, kind of zooming on a macro shot, you can see that again. Aside from the phone just moving a bit, it will stabilize in a moment. You can see it's very, very jittery. It's jittery, it's kind of flickering. It's a mess. Now pay attention to the ghosting. I'm going to move the Mario now from right to left, so you can see very visible ghosting. The kind of ghostly, like a ghostly character kind of trailing behind him as he moves. It's very, very clear here. Kind of like a hollow around him when he moves. Even when he doesn't move. But it's more clearer when he moves. This is another thing I want to show you. This, well, you're going to see it in a moment in the comparison. It's going to be totally white, but now it's kind of rainbow. It becomes kind of colorful. This is less affected, but still, but that axe was just butchered. All right, now let's change it, and now you can see the one with the SCART RGB. As you can see, everything just absolutely gone. All the issues there. It exactly reminded me, for example, taking a beautiful image, just even pixel art, and just put it in Photoshop and significantly increase the sharpness. So it feels like there's like big collision between two just unmatching technologies. In terms of visual fidelity compatibility, I mean, of course not technically, because I can run it, of course, on the PVM. So this is side by side, not perfect, but you can actually see the differences very, very clearly. Look at the colors. There's also a difference in terms of tone, the greens and the blue. It's kind of more cyan, kind of lighter blue on the composite. But still you can appreciate the dithering there, right, on the composite, kind of rounded, and you can see that it demands something, but not for this particular monitor. Look at all the colors that it keeps generating with noise and everything. It's so unstable. All right. And maybe difference in terms of brightness because of the recording, but you can clearly see the difference here with Mario. So the purple there, and of course other colors, but purple is quite visible. It's not there on the RGBS. You can see it actually looks really nice. I like actually the sharp look. And the gap between the scan lines do have, of course, a kind of a fake detail. And still it has some kind of depth, right? It's not totally flat. And if you, by the way, take a bit back, just physically, in terms of how I resolve the dithering, it actually look, depends on what you like, but it will look like sharp and kind of more condensed. You can clearly see also the bleeding. You see how sharp it is and how it's kind of colors bleed to neighbor areas there on the composite. Also, it's kind of dancing. You can see very unstable, kind of shaking, jittery. So definitely kind of butchered Mario there with the composite. But at the same time, it looks kind of more rounded, and there's something, of course, unique to each one. But it just doesn't fit. Like, you see there's something there that's supposed to, it will look good, but on something else, but not on the PVM. Now here you're going to clearly see the difference. Actually, when you zoom a bit out, the axe looks absolutely white on the RGBS, but kind of very rainbowy on the composite. Text, there's no red there, it's just kind of orangey, jittery, pretty messy. And if you look at the left side for the RGBS, you can see that it's really red, really just red. And very, very defined, not even moving. Maybe to the very, very, very slightest by the microns. You can really see how actually everything is so reactive, which is, by the way, it's not bad, of course, but not on this display. The PVM amplified the imperfections in a very bad way. Again, just note we're dealing with 240p content here, and also with very clean signal coming for the Super Famicom 1 chip 02. And I can tell you that personally, I love that actually, many parts of this game I actually like that they look sharp. It actually looks incredible. But there are some parts that I actually love, like the Ghost House. I actually like how it looks on the CRT with the SCART cable connected. So this game I'm actually playing on the PVM, not on the CRT. Sometimes I switch between the two, sometimes. So I'm pretty sure most of you are not doing it, but is this something that you have considered doing before? 240p on a PVM with composite cable. Yeah, so although this just tests for one game, it's absolutely was a horrific experience. So what are your thoughts? Again, I'm not talking about high resolution, 240p on a PVM with composite cable. What are your thoughts in the comment section? See you there. Cheers.